Hello and welcome everyone. It is Wednesday, March 7th, 2018. New Comics Day, best day of the week. Got some really good books out again this week. But before we get into that, I just want to make sure I give a big thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my channel, who watches my videos, who sends me a comment. I'm trying to answer most of them, but I'm up to 860 subscribers, so I'm getting a ton of comments, and I'm trying to catch up. So if I haven't commented on it, on one of your comments, I will try to get back to you in the next day or two. But thank you very much to everybody. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to know there's a lot of people out there who love talking about comics as much as I do. So, and this week I want to give a shout out to Pop.Comics. She has a really cool channel, talks about comics and toys and collectibles and stuff on there. So check out her channel if you haven't, and and watch some of her videos. I'm also going to be on Blast It or Stash It. They've got their live comic talk videos they do every Friday night, 7 o'clock Pacific. I'm Pacific Coast, so that's the time I'm on there. I don't know wherever you are, whatever time that is, but yeah, I hope to see you out there. I know Pop Dot's usually on there, and or in the chat anyways, and Funkoff is in there and a bunch of other people, so hope to see some of you there. A few comics I picked up over the past week. I got Uncanny X-Men 125. It was in nice shape, and it's one I've been wanting, so I grabbed that one. Got a good price on it too. So, yeah, as a lot of you are aware, I did that video on Moon Girl 28 the other day, and I was happy to see a lot of you. I got the comments. I was reading most of the comments. A lot of you were able to find those on the shelf and get it at cover price. So, congrats on that. That's awesome. I went to 3 extra comic shops than my normal 2, and I finally found one sitting on the shelf, so I scooped it up right away, so I was happy to get that. I did order the one on eBay, like I said a few days ago, but I wanted to get another one, so grabbed another one. And I also grabbed Moon Girl 27 at the same time. And the only reason I did that is, like I said, I don't read Moon Girl, and because 28 was a first full appearance, I thought you never know, there might be a first appearance or something in there. But in the book, Omnipotentus does not appear in the book, but he is mentioned by Galactus. So, yeah, just near the end of the book, you see Galactus is talking. He says the power to stop Omnipotentus is here. So Omnipotentus is mentioned in this book in 27. I would recommend picking that one up if you can get it. I wouldn't pay more than cover price for it. Like I say, because all it is he's just mentioned, but that's what I did. And my Amazing Spider-Man, the Clayton Crane variant cover for $7.96 showed up yesterday. I got a couple of those. I ordered them pretty early. I only paid $15 each. And I mentioned before, I don't buy a ton of variants, but when it's kind of a key storyline or first appearances or whatever, I will buy them, and the price wasn't too bad on those, so it's kind of a cool looking cover. Nice thing with this actually is the first appearance of the Red Goblin. It's a cover appearance, but it is up to that point is the first appearance of the Red Goblin. So, yeah, anyway, it's a good one to get if you can get it. 3,000. Those are, by the way, that's so. There's this one here. There's 3,000 printed, and then there's a Virgin variant. So the same thing without the writing, obviously. There's only 1,000 of those. I didn't get any of those, but I got a couple of those. So pretty happy to get those. First up, we'll go with some Image. I got Prism Stalker #1. Have no idea what that's about, but I always pick up the #1s, as most of you know. Walking Dead 177. I got the regular and the variant. There is a new character in this, Officer Mercer, and I like these variants too. They're sweet looking variants. So that's one, if you are a Walking Dead fan, I'd recommend picking that up. Or if you're going with this New World Order storyline, make sure you pick that one up, because that's a pretty good one. Anytime there's a new character introduced, obviously you want to get it. Oblivion Song #1 was out. That's Robert Kirkman, obviously the writer of Walking Dead. That's his new title that's out. I mentioned this one a few times. There's no, I don't think there's any variants for this, and they're not doing second printing. So even though the print run is a little high on this one, I think it's in the 70,000, 80,000 print run range. But they're not going to be doing second printing, so whatever's out there, that's it. So I picked up a couple of those. Gideon Falls is another one that's out. I'm looking forward to this one. It's kind of a I haven't read it, but from what I've read, it's kind of a mystery, thriller, horror, kind of all combined into one. So you got your regular cover, that's the B cover. There's a Jock C cover. So if you're into Jock, some of his covers, that's a pretty cool looking cover. And then I got the Virgin variant as well. So I got four covers for that one. I recommend that one. I'm looking forward to reading that one. So we'll see what happens with it. Only picked up 2 titles from DC today. Not a ton out from them that really piqued my interest. So a couple of good ones though. I got Batman. I always pick up my Batman, the regular cover, and the variant. That's continuation of that Poison Ivy storyline. And I picked up Batman White Knight #6. I'm going to give an honorable mention to this one. I don't know that it's the price is going to shoot up on this particular issue, but as part of that run, it's a super good story. Sean Murphy's doing an awesome job with the writing and the artwork in this, and I can see this one going somewhere down the road. He's already talking. I've read somewhere that he's in talk, just because sales have been so good on this, that there may be a volume 2 on this. And an 8-issue run is a perfect length for a movie or whatever down the road. And I was told, I have no idea if it's going to do that, but it's a really cool story and some good characters in there, so you never know. But anyways, I like that one. That's honorable mention. So yeah, Batman White Knight. Try and get that one if you can. Okay, so I got a whole bunch of Marvel stuff today. I'm going to start with all the second prints that I picked up. I picked up a second printing of just the Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man. It's a cool looking cover. I really like that one. Got the whole Sinister Six team on the cover. I recommend getting some of these second prints. And you got to almost think of them as a limited variant, is the way I look at it. I had kind of a brain fart the other day. I showed the Avengers 677 and 78 second prints, and I thought that was the first prints of Challenger. But I even remember now, I think about it, I showed this image inside a 679 when I showed it, and I told you guys that this was going to be on the cover. So anyways, that's a cool looking cover, and I would recommend you pick up that one. I picked up 795, Spider-Man 795 second print was out, so I got that. Again, that's an image from inside, but it's a sweet looking cover. And those this whole Spider-Man run is doing so well. It's the first time in a long time I've actually been excited to get a Spider-Man book and read it. Thanos number 13, the third print was out. I grabbed 3 of those. You cannot go wrong with these prints, and every one of these printings is getting lower and lower numbers as far as print totals, is what I understand. So I would recommend picking those up if I was you. So that is it for second prints. Those are some good ones to get. Next up, I got, start with my books. I got Venom 163. That's a conclusion of that Poison X crossover. I got Spider-Man 238. That's a continuation of that Sinister Six Reborn. That's a cool looking cover. Spider-Man getting sucked into Sandman's face. I grabbed Ant-Man and the Wasp Prelude Part 1. This is another one of these, till the Avengers Infinity War had their 2. Same thing with this Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know if this is going to do as well as the Avengers one, but I picked it up anyways. It's kind of a cool looking book, and more than likely this is going to be a low print run like the other one was, so it may do something. You never know. Next up, I got Avengers No Surrender 683. I got the regular, couple of the regular. I also grabbed the Thor variant for that one. And that is that. I got a whole bunch more here. Hang on a second. Next up, I got quite a stack here. So next up, I got Doctor Strange Damnation. I like this story. I like where it's going. It's a cool story. So I got cover A, I got cover B, I got cover C. I got the Shield. There's a bunch of Shield variants out this week, so I grabbed that one, and then I got that cover as well. So that's a good story. I really like that one. Next up, I got Infinity Countdown. This is going to be an honorable mention, so I don't recommend getting all of these, but there's some, I don't know, I think there's some good stuff going on in this story. I got the trading card variant, got the Thor variant. Now this one, if you can get this Rocket Raccoon chopping Groot in pieces, that's a good one to get. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy variant. I got the Drax 1 for 25 variant. My shop gave me a super good price on these, so I had to pick it up. I got that one there. I got the Granov variant. If you can get that one, that's another good one to get. That's an honorable mention. And then I also got, like, say, there's another Shield. I think it's a one. I think this one's a 1 for 10. So if you can get that one, try to pick that one up. There's a 1 for 10. You got the Adi Granov one there, and you've got the Drax limited variant as well as that Rocket Raccoon one. So there's some good ones there. I haven't read it yet, but the way Marvel's doing these events and stuff, there seems to be something popping up in every one of them. So I'd recommend looking at that one. You don't have to buy all the variants like I did, obviously, but. So my pick of the week, I don't think I need to tell you. I think you pretty much all know what it is. It's Amazing Spider-Man $7.97. That's your regular cover. I picked up the Thor cover as well. I got the connecting variant. I picked up a couple of the 1 for 10 variants. Actually, I got 3 of those. And I also got the Young Guns variant. If you can get this Young Guns variant, I'd highly recommend picking that one up. That's the last one I needed in that whole set, so I got all 6 now, which is really cool. So I am going to show some images and talk about this. So if you don't know what happened in this and you haven't read it yet, turn it off, because man, this book is really, really good. There's some good stuff. So I'm going to start out by telling you right off the bat, the Red Goblin does not appear in this book yet, but it is excellent. You've got Osborn in he's obviously back to loot, has lost his mind again. He's crazy as hell, back in one of his old hideouts, looking all creepy. You've got Peter and Mary Jane making out, and she doesn't want to get back with him at the moment. And at the beginning here, he's interrogating somebody, but it's kind of a first person. He's like looking at you talk. He's talking to who he's got tied up. He's interrogating them, but you don't know who it is. So then you see MJ and Peter, and then he continues on with his interrogation, and you see him ripping the head off of a rat that he catches, and he's got the Carnage teeth and everything. So you know he's still infused with Carnage. Hasn't become the Green Goblin yet, though, or the Red Goblin. And they're talking about the Goblin King. And in the annual, 42 annual, the Goblin King, as you all know, stole a chunk of that explosive statue. And that's what is mentioned in the book. And then, of course, you get to the part where the Goblin King breaks into Osborn's lair and gets into it with Osborn. And the Goblin King is about to chop him in half with his sword. The Goblin King says, I sentence you to death. And then Osborn just grabs the sword and stares at him and says, oh, is that the best you can do? And of course he shoves him and kills him with his claws and rips his heart out. You don't see him ripping his heart out, but it's pretty much inferred at the bottom. So he killed him, and he's interrogating this hostage at the beginning, trying to find out who Peter Parker is, or sorry, who Spider-Man is. So he gets his costume on, and during the interrogation he figures out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So now he knows who his target is. And the hostage turns out to be J. Jonah Jameson. So this story is, oh man. Obviously everybody, I was hoping that Red Goblin would be in this one, as I think most people are. But man, this is the first time in a long time I've actually liked one of Dan Slott's stories. And the story in this is actually kind of dark, which is awesome. I like that that angle to it. It's really good. And man, I don't know. So I don't know if now $7.98 is going to be first appearance. I mean, on the cover $7.99 you see the Red Goblin, so it's got to be in one of these books anyway. So yep, that's my pick of the week. You've got if any cover you can get, I would highly recommend getting it. I've got pretty much all of them except for I didn't get the 1 for 500 or 1 for 1,000, but yeah, that's it this week, folks. And just a quick wrap up. One of my first videos I did was a key books to invest in for late 2017, early 2018 kind of thing. And I want to do one every 3 months, so I'm going to plan on doing one at the end of March. So it'll probably come out the first week of April, and that'll cover from the end, right when my other one ended, which was the end of November, till the end of March. So it'll cover all what I figure are key books during that time frame to invest in. And I will be doing a giveaway as well with that too. So anyways, thanks very much for watching. Take care, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.